and welcome to Atlanta Living. I'm your host, Belinda Skelton. Folks, it's time to let that inner Clark Griswold shine. This segment's talking about how to decorate the outside of your home for the holidays like the professionals do. And in our studio is a professional, Bill Fry, with Illuminating Design. Now, Bill, all we want is that polished, clean exterior illumination for the holidays. Let's give our listeners tips on how to achieve that. And what I first like to talk about is trees. I love trees that are lit.
First of all, Belinda, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to come on. The trees can make or break a design, and they are not the easiest pieces to do. It does take a little bit of complex thinking, but it's not difficult. You want to look at a tree in 360 degrees to make sure that it's balanced on your right and left everywhere you walk around the tree. So there's two different types of ways you can light trees. One is the branch wrap and one is a canopy. A canopy is almost if you imagine taking a flat sheet from your bed and just laying it over the top of the tree. So you're going to cover basically the outside of the tree. When you do the branch wrap, you're actually individually wrapping each branch as you're going through.
I like that look.
Yeah, it really can highlight it. And what you need, the biggest thing you need to do is think about the tree at nighttime. What is it going to look like at nighttime? If it has one long branch on, say, your left-hand side, but nothing really long on your right-hand side, you don't want to go all the way out on that left-hand branch because then it's going to look a little off-center and off-balance. So an easy way to do it as you're going up the tree is run your light straight up the tree first, and then as you're coming down, hit 3 branches on each level as you're going through. Change different, so basically it triangulates it a little bit. So you have one on the right, one on the left, one in the center, each direction, and kind of move that triangle around as you're going down, and it'll fill up the tree very nicely. And you always want to make sure that your center goes up a little bit higher than your branches so it looks like a tree.
Okay, so you're saying when you come up or down, kind of do a candy cane wrap?
Yeah, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cross over the light. So you're going to go up one direction, wrapping around the branch, and then put it into one of the branch crotches, basically, where the limb meets the trunk. And then you're going to come through and wrap back down the same direction. So you're going to create an X pattern rather than creating a linear pattern.
Okay, and that's what gives it the professional look over the DIY look.
Yeah, that and paying a little bit of attention. The devil's in the details. You can go out there. If you rush the job, it's probably not going to look great. Take your time, do it slowly, and really think through it. Walk around the tree and get a good plan before you go out.
Okay, a lot of people I see are outlining the eaves of their house now.
Yes, that is very popular. You can do that in 2 different ways, and that's where a lot of people start with professional companies. One, because it's difficult. A lot of people
you're up on ladders.
We're up in the air 20, 30, 40 feet sometimes doing these. And the biggest note I can make on that is when you're working on a peak, ensure that you have a bulb directly center on that peak.
Okay.
That way, all your lines, all your wire is the same length space between bulbs. So if you have it at the peak, you go down on your right-hand side, it's 12 to 15 inches. Go down on your left-hand side, it's 12 to 15 inches. So then it's linear going across the house as you're going down the peak, and it looks uniform, looks nice. Otherwise, your peak looks a little off-centered, and it looks strange. You can't figure out what's wrong with it. 90% of the time, that's it.
It's unsettling to the eye when you look at the house.
Very much so.
Okay, how many... Oh, I'm getting trouble on this. How many strings can you put together before you need to...
Go back to power?
Go back to power.
Okay. What the term go back to power means is going back to an electrical outlet, whether that be an extension cord, a 3-way, something like that, where you're not running the power straight through the line.
Right.
Incandescent lights are generally 300 bulbs, and then LEDs can go 35, 40, 50, 60 strands sometimes.
Really?
Yes, you can do a lot. And my recommendation on that is there are all different variants of quality of lights. And that comes down to the wiring and how much heat it can handle running through it. So I always recommend checking the manufacturer's warranty on that just to verify the lights that you have, what are those limits, because it does change.
And please don't overextend your lights before you go back to power because you can cause a fire.
When in doubt, go back to power. Yes, because basically what happens is that last couple inches right before the outlet or your plug, all the power runs through that. So if you have 100 strands plugged into each other, 100 strands of lights is running through that last few inches before the outlet.
Okay, we have about a minute left, but I want you to talk about the year-round lighting that you can do.
Yeah, that's actually one of the hottest trends this year. People are kind of tired of going up on their roofs or having to pay annually to have us come out and do it. So one of the new products that we're using now is an Inception lighting. It's an app-controlled programmable light that you can use 365 days a year and set it on a schedule and forget it. So you can decorate for you had lights up for Halloween, you had your purples and oranges. All of a sudden, with a click of a button, you can change that to your red and greens for Christmas. You go to Valentine's Day and you want to impress the wife, show it red and pink for that night. Special occasion, light it up people's favorite colors. If you have you're a big sports fan, light it up in your sports team's colors. It's always a lot of fun
with
for
the
those sports
same
night.
bulb.
Same strip lights on there and everything. It gets put in 5-year warranty. Don't ever have to worry about it again, and it's all app controlled. That you control it from your phone.
Okay, I hope we've given you some tips on how to do things yourself, have your house look professional. If you don't want to tackle it yourself, how do they get in touch with Illuminating Design?
You can go to our website at www.illuminating-design.com or simply call us at 404-454-8944. And when you call, Sarah, our office manager, is wonderful. She will take great care of you.
Yes, she will. Illuminating Design. If you want to do it yourself, we've given you some great tips, or you can call Illuminating Designs. Thank you so much, Bill, for joining us on Atlanta Living. And here's to the Clark Griswold and all of us.
Let's light up your life.
You're listening to Atlanta Living, only on 95.5 WSB.